Please, please, please.
How many cups have you had this morning?
None.
Plus?
5, but yours is better.
I got a kiss, and I shoplifted. Honestly, Lorelai, it's not your looks that keep them away. Think about that.
People die, we pay. People crash cars, we pay. People lose a foot, we pay.
Did you do something slutty?
I'm not that happy.
Luke can waltz.
Luke can waltz. Having a child the minute the strip turn.
You jump, I jump, Jack. Eternal damnation is what I'm risking for my rock and roll. Because I love you, you idiot.
Hey guys, what is up, and welcome to my final installment of my Gilmore Girls A Year in the Life review videos. I have loved making every single one of these videos, and it just shows my love and support for the show Gilmore Girls. Also, you to get another insight into what I think when I watch different shows. The full episode is longer than the other 3. And that means that I'm gonna have a lot to talk about now. Okay, so let's start with the Life and Death Brigade. This is how Rory met Logan, and I feel like I will always and truly forever love the Life and Death Brigade and all the guys, Colin, Finn, Robert. Oh yes, I miss you guys so much, and you guys were perfect in this revival. You're so true to character, and I feel like you guys haven't aged. You're in your almost your mid-30s and you still act like teenagers. Good on you guys. I loved how they approached Rory to get this whole final hurrah. The pig and the computer, and I just loved how like it became this real mystery type thing, and then it just happened to be the Life and Death Brigade, and I fell in love with them even more. I loved it made time for them in the revival, and that it was in the final episode. I feel like it was perfect. It was something that Rory really needed because she was finally getting back on track, and she had this big hurrah, and it was kind of the moment where Rory and Logan were kind of breaking up type thing, and it was their final type. But also in those things, it showed so much how much Logan really truly loves Rory and would do anything for Ace. And I loved that, and I just loved how they did that through creating this amazing night for, it was literally just, it was a present to Rory pretty much. Continuing on with the Life and Death Brigade, I really need to talk about the final scene between Rory and Logan. It is basically their goodbye scene, and this scene is really just, it's just so beautiful, and so, it's got that comedic element to it, but it's just so true to what it needed to be. And it breaks my heart every time I see Logan's face, because he doesn't want to leave her, but he knows he has to. And him putting on the hat, and him stepping back and going, yeah, this is how I remember you.
Yeah, just like that.
I don't know if I cannot remember if I mentioned it in one of my earlier videos, but I purposely feel like I was avoiding this topic of conversation purposely because I knew fall was a perfect time to talk about Lauren Graham. You magnificent, beautiful, amazing. Oh, she has killed every scene in this revival. Every episode, every scene, every line, she killed it, smashed it. The reason I have not mentioned her so far in these videos is because I wanted to save it for this episode, and that is because the phone call with the story scene. That scene is just, you just cannot cry. If you do not cry during that scene, you are a cold-hearted bitch. Whoa. Sorry. You're just cold-hearted. Don't worry about the bitch part, but you're still cold-hearted. Because, like, that scene is just, I don't even want to talk about it anymore, because that scene is just perfect, and she's basically, it was what she needed to do. She basically tries to find this coffee shop, and she goes on top of a hill, she rings Emily, and she tells her this story about her dad. And I can imagine them doing that. I can imagine her sitting at the mall crying, and Bridget coming up and going, what are you doing? And that whole, the way that whole carries out, I can just imagine it. And I just love how special that scene was. And she walks in, and Luke's going, I know what you're gonna do. You're breaking up with me. You cannot break up with us. We've spent so much time together, and so much has happened, and you can't leave me. And she's like, marry me? And I was like, whoa, yes! Finally, we've been waiting like literally 20 years for this. But at the same time, guys, Gilmore fans, have you guys realized that Lorelai is always the proposing one? She proposed at the end of season 5? Yeah, she proposed at the end of season 5 to Luke, and she proposed again to him now. But who cares? I don't even care. Gender stereotypes suck. Okay, so obviously throughout this episode, Rory's going through a bit of a... She had a journey of her own in this episode, let's be honest. And her going and saying, look, I know where I'm gonna write my book. And it being in the Gilmore Manor is literally just so fitting to... It's where the story began. It's not the first scene we see, but it's a major focal point of where our story began, literally, with Lorelai at 16 getting pregnant. I loved it that they did this, and I love how they did it, with Rory just walking through the rooms of the house. And obviously she's in that stage where she's thinking about everything that's happened with her in this house and what may have happened before she was born. Especially the flashbacks. Like, I didn't expect them to include flashbacks from the original scene, but you can hear the voices, and the voices, as you know from the first moment of winter, I bawled. I did it again, and just the flashback of them at the dinner table, I instantly went back to where that episode was, and I remembered what they were doing and why they were eating so fast, and I just... Memories! And the study scene. He didn't even say a word. He was just sitting there at the desk, and that was her visual of him sitting at the desk, and it's just perfect. Rory's book, The Gilmore Girls, and Lorelai going, cut the, just call it Gilmore Girls. Guys, what? Did I mention I love the, a moment was happened. Okay, one of the most iconic scenes in the revival, and I mentioned how awesome Kelly Bishop is, but she freaking killed it. Freaking killed it. You can see my hands are banging the table. Freaking killed it. She's sitting there in the DAR meeting, and she's going, I don't want no shit of this lady. She's big boobed and fake all to the T. And she's going, oh, this shit's bullshit. And you're like, what? She's just saying what's... And then she keeps saying it over and over. Bullshit. And I'm like, whoa! And the ladies are like, Emily, what's your language, laddie?
Bullshit.
Okay, oh my god, something else happened in this episode that I wasn't expecting. I had not heard that this actor was coming back. Miss Celine. Guys, Miss Celine is alive. This broad is so old. I do not know how you're doing it. But girl, can you send me an email of your tips? I need to keep this shape. This scene has so much more meaning once you get to the end of the fall episode. It has so much more meaning, and obviously when I watched this scene, I just thought it was like Rory and Christopher scene. Whoops. The Rory and Christopher scene is it's so meaningful now. And basically, obviously their relationship is never going to be perfect, and it never will be. Something must have happened in the 8 years, because Rory's a lot colder to her father. So I feel like I reckon the divorce kind of shattered that relationship even more. But I really, as bad as it sounds, but I liked Rory going over there and being like, look, like, mum's getting married, I don't want you to be there. And he's like, yeah, I'm good. I know, I understand, I have lost this battle, and I'm never getting it back. We freaking see Dean, and that scene was so funny, and the way they just nodded to their relationship, and how she almost like kind of insulted Dean because she was like, oh, it's her first, about his sister's first boyfriend and stuff. It's like, oh, you know, first lovers, they just kind of leave ya, and it was kind of like, whoops, your first love is right, standing in front of you, nice and tall, in a black jacket with a good haircut. And I think I mentioned it a lot of times, Suki was really heavily missed throughout the revival. Like, I missed Suki a lot. Like, I would have loved so many more scenes with Suki, But the scene that we did get was beautiful, perfect, and it just reminded me of the beautiful friendship between Lorelai and Suki. Like, I just loved it, the wedding cakes, and her voice, like, it sounds so different, and she's a lot thinner now, and her face is so different, and it was just perfect. Like, I just loved it. I'm sitting there, every time I watch it, I will be like, yes!
Oh, jeez. Wow, that was pornographic.
But Michelle coming in and going, you bitch! And I was like, whoa, yes, Michelle vs. Suki, yes! Oh, yes! It was just like they chucked in everything that they could have at Suki to get done in that 10 minutes that she might have had in that scene. I was like, the way they ended Emily's story with her basically selling the house, moving to Nantucket, which I was like, what? Wait, whoa. And her getting a job at the museum. I was like, whoa, what the hell? That's so funny. I died. Like, I was like, it was so good. She was so intense, and she was so like, whew. Yes. Jess's final scene with him being like, just walking to the window and staring like, oh man, I love you so much, Rory. I'm like, oh. Obviously he didn't say those lines, but his eyes tell everything. The eyes tell everything. He loves her, and I'm just like, God damn it. Jesus, give us a season 2 of Year in the Life. Literally, I need it. I'm disappointed that I read one of these articles because, the creator of the show was like, the wedding was meant to be so much bigger, but our budget was cut, so it was so much smaller. And I was like, no, but I loved the wedding, and I was like, oh my god, there were so many characters missing, and reading all that like made me thought of it differently. But let's get down, let's take all that crap, throw it out. The montage of them getting to the venue, showing all the decorations and the settings, I just thought was beautiful, and I just wanted to, I wanted to be there. And the flash mobs of the dancers, yes. It was all such a special moment, and I just, I really wish though Emily was in that scene. I really feel like I was so bummed that she didn't get to see her daughter get married. But in my heart, I believe that I felt like she was still there, but as well, that wedding was more of a, let's get hitched and then we'll have the party tomorrow and we'll get married again so everyone can see it. So in my heart, I still believe that Emily did get to see her daughter get married, but it just happened to be not shown. The final conversation between Lorelai and Rory was perfect. Like, I think I'm gonna be a good wife. No, wait, I'm just gonna be good at finishing this bottle of wine. I died when Rory gets a message from Paul. Yeah, this is not working out. I'm just gonna break up. I'm like, oh my god. We got through like 6 hours of Gilmore Girls and she was still hadn't broken up with him, and he ended up breaking up with her. Oh, stop it. The controversial part, and I'm sure that everyone who saw that I did Gilmore Girls reviews were waiting for me to review this moment. The final words. Me personally, loved them. I loved them. It made the show go full circle. I didn't like that it was a cliffhanger. For me, it was a cliffhanger. It just makes me go, I need more. Obviously, if the original show ended like that 10 years ago, I would have been a bit more maybe like, if it came back, it would have come back in a different form. But now I'm just like, I'm worried that it's not going to come back. I didn't even get to say the words. Mom, yeah, I'm pregnant.
Mom?
Yeah.
I'm pregnant.
Yep, that's it. The final 4 words are Rory basically declaring she's preggo, and we don't know who his father is. It's Logan. Okay, but what does this mean? What does this mean for the show, and what do I think about it? For me, it's obviously Logan that's the father. The whole Chris scene, as I said when I was talking about it, it makes complete sense. She's basically went to Christopher to kind of go, did you have any choice in how my life played out? Was it the right thing to do to basically not involve you? And do you get it now? She's basically asking what she should do because she's preggo and she knows that she's preggo. I do not think now that she'll end up with Logan. I feel like they've just shattered my possibility of Rory ending up with Logan. I feel like it's gonna come full circle, and once I heard about this theory and I was like, it makes so much sense. So I'm just gonna state it here so it's on the record that I have not said this, but I agree with this theory that the show has gone full circle. Logan is the new Christopher, and Jess, my boy Jess, is the new Luke. And that she's meant to be with Jess, but she's having Logan's baby. And that if they ever did Gilmore Girls again, the whole storyline would occur with them. Mind you, for the fact that that to happen, the two, Milo and Matt, would both have to be heavily available for the episodes. Milo is currently on This Is Us, which is a killer show. Matt's free, so I don't know. I can't believe it. I'm concluding my final review video. I hope you guys truly enjoyed it. I really loved filming them. When I had this idea, I was like, yes, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna talk about Gilmore Girls, and I'm gonna look like a freaking idiot. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, what the hell? But I hope they were insightful. I hope you maybe go re-watch them after you watch this video to get to compare what I thought and maybe change your opinion. And if you're watching these videos and you have not watched the revival, get your ass on Netflix and freaking watch the episodes, because spoilers. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you leave a comment down below. Make sure you click subscribe. And also make sure to go down and check out the description box to find all my social media links. Go follow me on all of them, and you can keep up to date with what I'm doing in my everyday life. Guys, I think that's all I got for this video. Thank you so much for appreciating and loving Gilmore Girls and supporting me in my love for Gilmore Girls. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!
There's no going back.